Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Are you bloated after meals? Are you constipated? Do you have diarrhea? Do you not understand why you're eating all this nutritious food, but your hair's falling out? It could be your gut microbiome. Welcome to Accelerated Health with Sara Banta, the show where we cut through the noise, fast track your journey to better health. I'm your host, Sara, certified nutritionist, founder of Accelerated Health Products, and every week I share the science-backed supplements, detox strategies, wellness tools that actually work so you can boost your energy, balance your hormones, and feel your best. If you know my story, you know that my rock bottom was in the GI doctor's office when there were tubes up me, down me, around me, trying to figure out why I was so bloated, why I had acne, why my hair was falling out. And the doctor just said, go home, take Metamucil, you've got IBS. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I've already tried that. I've tried everything. I literally sit here feeling like the food is rotting in my stomach. I'm bloated after every meal. I don't know what to eat that's going to make my stomach feel good. And it was all about the gut microbiome. And I started taking a probiotic and literally got worse. It was like World War III was going on in my stomach. And I thought, oh my God, what is going on here? So let's get into it. One of the biggest misunderstandings is how people think about the gut microbiome. They just think, oh, it's all about digestion or probiotics. But in reality, the microbiome functions as the internal command center for the entire body. It's related to your thyroid and your metabolism, to your liver health, to your energy. It's not just about processing food. It's about communicating between all of the systems in your body. It coordinates your immune system. Most of your immune system's in the gut. It regulates your inflammation. Maybe you can't pull your rings off your fingers. That could be your gut. It influences your hormone signaling. It affects your brain. There's a gut-brain axis. If your gut's not producing the serotonin and dopamine, you might have depression. It communicates with everything. It efficiently repairs the body and regenerates. So when the microbiome is healthy, the body runs quiet and efficiently. And you've got those friends that say, constipation, I've never even think about it. I have no issues. I can eat anything, right? Because their system's working fine. I don't know why they got lucky, but everything is fine. Now, the hidden thing with people like that, they might not have the obvious symptoms like bloat or constipation. They might have skin flare-ups or acne or mood dysregulation. That could all be the gut. So when the gut's right, inflammation is regulated, repair processes happen in the background. Energy is great, but when it's disrupted, symptoms almost can show up in anywhere in the body. And this is where it gets confusing. So what are the signs to look for? Fatigue or low energy, anxiety, mood instability. I love when parents come to me and they say, what do you have for my child's ADHD or their anxiety or depression, which is skyrocketed? And I say, well, what are they eating? Well, we're really, we could do better with their diet. And there's juice boxes and there's chips and processed foods. I'm like, you know what? Supplements and medication aren't fixing the problem. They're hiding it. You're not getting to the root problem. Wouldn't it be great to actually have the body do the work for you instead of taking some external medication that is not going to help? It's going to hide the symptoms and it's actually going to make things worse. Did you know that medication makes gut worse? It causes leaky gut. So here you are, you're taking a medication that causes the gut to get worse, and the gut is the root problem of the anxiety or depression. So other signs, brain fog, poor concentration, hormonal imbalances. HRT is not going to fix it if it's a gut issue. Skin inflammation, acne, How many of your college kids go off to school, they're eating dorm food, and all of a sudden they break out? It's not because they're meaning to, it's because the food is horrible. Yes, it is. It's not the home-cooked food. So you might also have that stubborn weight gain. Doesn't matter what calories you're eating. Metabolic resistance, chronic or unexplained inflammation. Inflammation is the root cause of all disease. So when these are often treated, they are treated as completely separate issues and no one's looking at the gut. You tell me how many psychiatrists are looking at the gut or the thyroid. They're not. The gut healing requires a strategy, right? One of the biggest mistakes people make is that they approach it aggressively. They include too many probiotics. Most probiotics are high histamine, and most probiotics actually don't survive the stomach acid and don't do the job, and you're wasting money. Or too aggressive of a detox protocol, or overwhelming the gut with supplements that could be filled with mold or bacteria that's making things worse. Gut repair works very differently. You want to restore the communication between the signaling, the microbial balance, the gut lining. In leaky gut, what happens is that lining, there's holes in it like a fishnet. So you take in healthy proteins, say you're having a really healthy meal, but the body allows those proteins into the bloodstream, and the body goes, oh my gosh, what is this? I don't recognize it. Let's have a huge autoimmune reaction. And it's a healthy food, but you have leaky gut from the medication you've taken or that processed food meal that you had prior to eating the healthy one. And then digestion, elimination pathways, detoxification. So we need to support all of these systems, right? The gut microbiome is a living ecosystem. Think of it as a sandbox. Everyone is playing nice in the sandbox. You're supposed to have fungus and bacteria and viruses and even parasites, but they're supposed to play nice. And you're supposed to have the good bacteria and the good pathogens kind of taking care and keeping the bad ones at bay. So if you're resilient, then your microbiome breaks down food into usable nutrients. That's when the protein you eat actually goes to your hair and your hair doesn't fall out, actually gets thicker. Produces postbiotics. People don't talk about postbiotics. That's like butyrate. These are short chain fatty acids. It regulates the immune activity. It maintains that gut lining integrity and prevents that pathogenic overgrowth. So the good guys are still in control. And it communicates with the brain through that gut-brain axis and with strengthening the immune system, neurotransmitter signaling. Most of your neurotransmitters are made in the gut. Serotonin, dopamine, GABA. So taking a brain supplement or a brain medication isn't getting to the root problem. 70% of the immune system resides in the gut. That's why you kind of can get sick, get that cold or flu that's going around more often when you've got leaky gut. Every detoxification pathway intersects with the digestion. So you're not detoxing those bad estrogens if your gut is imbalanced. And why have things gotten so much more difficult to keep that microbiome healthy? Well, historically, our ancestors had real food. They ate by the seasons. They didn't eat watermelon in January, right? They had soil-based organisms. They drank clean water, not full of fluoride. They had sunlight. They went outside. They were not under these artificial lights. They weren't exposed to the EMFs that I'm in front of right now. They didn't have the chemical exposure, the plastics, the heavy metals, all of those things. Modern life is radically different. And so just in a few generations, we have heavy chemical exposure, all of the ultra processed foods, which account for 70% of the American diet. You know, I have people that are doing carnivore, keto, vegan, and they're eating these organic protein bars. Those are still processed. And then you've got the pharmaceuticals. They can help in an emergency, but they kill your gut. One of my best friends had to take an antibiotic, and she's like, Sara, it just killed my gut. I can already feel it day 2. It does, and it takes a lot to get it back. So human biology is adapting slowly to these modern changes, and the environmental changes are happening way too quick. So the microbiome is suffering. And as a result, the microbial diversity down there, that nice little sandbox, it declines, the resilience weakens, and then you get imbalanced. So with the environmental toxins, they don't just burden the liver. I always talk about the liver, but that affects the gut too. They directly disrupt microbial signaling. Heavy metals, pesticides, herbicides, plastics, industrial chemicals, pharmaceutical residues, mold toxins. I don't know if you can hear, I'm a little raspy. Why? Well, they were spraying over the last 5 days and the winds kicked up. I want to go on a walk with my dogs like I normally do, and I'm breathing all that in. I know that is what it is. I haven't been around anyone that's sick. I don't get sick, but all of a sudden I'm not feeling 100%. So I'm going to make sure I'm doing all my immune boosting supplements, but I'm also going to be making sure I'm taking care of my gut. These compounds are antimicrobial by design. They kill the good guys. They kill the good bacteria. They allow the bad guys to dominate. And then this alters the microbial gene expression, right? They also disrupt something called the quorum sensing, which allows the microbes to communicate with each other. So you're now on your cell phone, but you're underwater. No one can hear each other. So then the microbiome and the microbiome shifts from being cooperative to totally chaotic. Inflammation rises, the repair signal weakens, toxins damage the gut lining. And then you get parasites that take over, right? Parasites protect heavy metals and other toxins. So it's like a double whammy. And this leads to weakened tight junctions, leading to the leaky gut, increases that gut permeability. Then the endotoxins enter circulation. And at that point, the immune system is hijacked. And so symptoms can show up away from the gut. Then you've got the processed foods. They're full of emulsifiers that weaken the protective mucus layer, the refined sugars feeding inflammatory microbes. There's no fiber. They have oxidized seed oils disrupting the immune signaling, artificial ingredients your body doesn't recognize as food. This changes the microbial behavior. And the beneficial bacteria, they need that fiber. They need food diversity. They need natural, real food. And processed foods remove all of this. So this will lead to immediate leaky gut, low butyrate, constipation. You're not taking in any fiber. And the medications and antibiotics, they disrupt the microbiome. They eliminate the pathogen they're going after, but they eliminate all the good guys too. And most people never recover from that antibiotic. I was put on an acne antibiotic for maybe 6 years as a teenager into my 20s. It killed my gut. I think that is the cause of why I found myself into a GI doctor's office at my rock bottom. It was horrible. Other medications also affect the gut ecology. Acid blockers. So here you're taking a supplement to help with to lower the acidity in your gut, which you need high acidity to kill the bacteria in your food. But those are also disrupting your gut, leading to heart disease. No one's telling you that. Also, the Advil, the Tylenol, they kill the gut lining. Hormonal medications alter the bile flow. That's the detergent to get all the junk out. They alter the hormone metabolism. If your liver is backed up from all this stuff as well, you're going to just recycle toxins. And if digestion and elimination are not working, the microbiome never fully returns. It's simple as that, right? Okay. So digestion acts as one of the most important regulators of the microbiome. That several key gatekeepers determine which ones can survive, which buggers can't. And that is the stomach acid. You need to have strong stomach acid down there, not low stomach acid. So those antacids are actually making the symptoms worse, and you're not digesting your food. You're more prone to E. coli and salmonella or H. pylori. H. pylori's number one cause is low stomach acid. It also affects the bile flow, the digestive enzymes, your gut motility and constipation. And when these systems slow down or weaken, then the food literally ferments. So you could be taking in healthy food. And this is what was happening to me. And it literally was not digesting, and it was rotting in my gut for hours. That's why I was full all the time. I wasn't hungry, but I was bloated. It wasn't a calorie situation. It was the food fermenting in my gut. And looking at the kombuchas and the sauerkraut, I used to love those. That can make it worse. It could give your body too much of the wrong thing. Then the bacteria also can grow in the wrong locations. Inflammatory byproducts accumulate and increase. Then you're bloated, anxious, your nervous system is out of whack, you have brain fog, hypersensitive. It's horrible. So what do you do about it? You have to be very specific with targeted supplementation, because a lot of the supplements people take can actually backfire and make things worse, right? Just like glutathione's full of sulfur, it could actually back up your liver, but you're supposed to have a lot of glutathione or NAD. These things can backfire. It's the same as your gut. So we want to make sure we're taking targeted supplements from reputable companies, because most supplements out there full of mold and bacteria. So here you are taking a supplement for your gut and it's full of mold and bacteria. You don't think that's going to backfire in your gut? Of course it is. So we want supplements that are going to improve the microbial diversity, heal the leaky gut, improve digestion, help with the motility and elimination, getting everything out, and detoxing the body, because we have so many toxins we're trying to filter, and have those postbiotics. So prebiotics, the right probiotics, and the postbiotics. So let's go through them. Number one, Megaspore biotic. Now, this is a spore-based biotic, right? This is totally different than the typical probiotic. It's designed to survive the stomach acid, but it goes down in there and it says, hey, Sarah, you need this, this, and this. And Joe, you need something totally different. You need this, this, and this. And it's going to give your gut what it needs. It gives you that microbial diversity. It strengthens your immune system. It makes you more resilient for when you do eat things that you're not really supposed to. It reduces the inflammatory signaling. That is number one. Now, I love pairing it with Omega Pre. This is prebiotic. It feeds the beneficial biotics, okay? The beneficial bugs from the Megaspore. It helps with the fermentation patterns, and it helps increase even postbiotic production. Then you can add in, and as I'm going through all these supplements, you may not need all of them. I just want to give you the array of what could target different specific issues. And some of them are going to hit home, and some of them you're going to say, yeah, I don't need that one. Mega mucosa. This repairs the gut barrier. This is what helps with that leaky gut, the tight junctions in the gut lining. It helps with the mucosal lining. It helps strengthen the immune system and reduce that inflammatory leakage. Now, postbiotics. No one is talking about this. This is butyrate. I love the Tributyrin X, but it's the butyrate that I love. It's one of the most important postbiotic compounds in the gut. It fuels the colon cells, helps regulate immune activity, and guess what else it does? Increases your own GLP-1. Who knew, right? It supports that intestinal stem cell activity. It's really great. Now, people don't look at their liver when it comes to digestion and gut. Your liver is the start of digestion. And if your liver's backed up, You're not going to be able to break down the fats or the proteins. Your blood sugar is going to go up. Your cholesterol is going to go up. Your iron stores are going to go up, but you might still be anemic because the body's not using the iron. Everything is disrupted. Even your thyroid and metabolism are going to slow down if your liver's not functioning. And that's where the accelerated liver care comes in. And people report all the time, oh my gosh, stuff is coming out of me into the toilet that I've never seen before from the accelerated liver care. This is an amazing supplement, 13 very specific and strategic herbs that were chosen to work synergistically together to help with that healthy bile flow, detox the liver, fat metabolism. So you could be on a low carb diet eating high fat and you're gaining weight because your body's not processing the fat. You need your liver to be in a good place to process fat. It removes the microbial debris. So when you're killing off some of the bad guys like parasites and fungus, it releases some debris and that can make you feel yucky. So you want the accelerated liver care to get those toxins out. And the bile helps regulate microbial balance. It helps with the liver function, and this is also going to improve the microbiome. Now, as we're detoxing and we're getting the gunk out, you want to bind those toxins up. And that's where the accelerated cellular detox powder comes in. This is a no-brainer for travel, for eating out, for alcohol. It soaks up all those toxins and gets them out of your body. But on top of that, on a daily basis, it helps remove those heavy metals, the microbial toxins you're kicking off, the mold byproducts, environmental chemicals. It reduces the toxic burden, allowing your microbiome to stabilize. It helps balance out your constipation and diarrhea issues as well. Now, this is a new one to me, and I love it. Motility. So people with constipation, they reach for those laxatives because you got to get things out. But motility works differently. It helps heal your body so it doesn't have to have constipation issues and reach for those laxacomforts or the other laxatives that you've been dependent on. So it strengthens the peristalsis. It strengthens the colon muscles, so it actually can work on its own. It clears the bacteria and debris from the small intestine between meals. And so this is something that could be very helpful for you to get off of your laxatives, right? Okay. So then we want to look at holozyme, which is a great enzyme to add into your with your meals to help break down and digest. HCl Guard has been a game changer for me. It increases that stomach acid so it can break down those proteins and the carbs and the fats in your meals and increase that stomach acid so digestion is great and you're killing off the E. coli and the H. pylori and all the other things that could be disrupting your microbiome. You can use some Laxacomfort. Now, I don't want you to be dependent on Laxacomfort. If you're on Laxacomfort to get the constipation out, you then add in the motility to help with strengthening your own muscles. Now, it doesn't stop with supplements. You've got to change your diet. I'm sorry, you do. And I love looking at wild animal protein. The bison, the venison, the lamb, the elk, the wild fish. They are full of all the nutrients, the B vitamins, the iron, the copper, and the protein. And the protein that's easier to digest for your liver and your gut. And it helps with gut repair, immune regulation. It feeds your hair. It feeds all your muscles, all the things. You want to stick to low oxalate and low sulfur plant foods. Get rid of the turmeric, the broccoli, the cauliflower, the cabbage, kale. Maybe onions and garlic are trigger foods for you. That's showing you that oxalates and sulfur are issues. These healthy foods, these low-calorie foods could actually be making you gain weight, lower your metabolism, and cause bloat. Get rid of the processed foods. If it comes in a package, it doesn't belong in your body. Now, gut health is not restored through intensity. It's restored through precision. So that's where the targeted supplements, the targeted diet, the clean water, all are really important. Gut health too is also regulated by walking and exercise and sleep. If you're stressed, your gut's going to suffer. If you're not sleeping, your gut's going to suffer. These things are all important for that gut microbiome. Thanks for tuning in today. Before you leave, let me know what sparked a question in you. Did something hit home? Are you bloated? Leave a comment below. And if you haven't joined my free group coaching on Telegram, do so today. It's a place where your questions are answered and you're a part of an amazing supportive community. For all of my articles, the free group coaching, the supplements that we mentioned, head to SaraBantaHealth.com or AccelerateDHealthProducts.com. Don't forget to use coupon podcast10 on your first order. And most of you listen every week, but you haven't subscribed. Click the button below so you're notified with every new podcast that is released, and you can find all of them on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, E360, iHeartRadio, Amazon, Roku, and over 100 other different podcast channels. And remember, I'm live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Join me next time for more ways to unlock your health potential.